Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa. How are you guys today? So I have my Kate Spade smartwatch on. How many of you got to see that reveal of the delivery package last night? I was a little nervous because I knew it was in the mail, but I certainly didn't know that was the package. But I was hoping it was because it was a package from Mary Kay. So super excited. It was super easy to set up last night. And now I have to figure out all the buttons and all the pieces. But how exciting is that, right? So I wanted to talk to you guys about something. I try to come to you a couple times a week and talk to you about all different types of things that I experience. As I've told you before, I had over 30 years worth of business ownership experience. And so I have some experience in that industry. I have some experience on doing these kinds of things. I have some experience in team building and leading a team because we had a really strong team that had a multi-million-dollar business that we sold a year ago. And so now I share that kind of stuff with others. And so one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is a lot of times I'll get from people, they'll say to me, well, I can't do what you're doing. I can't do this live thing. I don't know what to talk about. I don't want to be on the camera. Lots of different things about that. So I wanted to talk to you about just a piece of that right now because I think it's really important because social media makes it really easy for us to put a lot of stuff out there. But it also makes it really easy for a lot of people that you don't want to see your stuff to see your stuff. So, and I am no expert, but what I will tell you is through several years of experience in trial and error, and through business experience, there's a couple things that I just wanted to share with you guys. So one of the things that a lot of people talk about is, branding yourself. You immediately go to, oh my God, I'm thinking about my business. I don't even have a business. I work for somebody else. I work for the government. I don't have any reason to be online. I don't have any information to share. So people think about that because they don't think they have a business themselves. So what I want to share with you first is remember that unless you're super, super smart on the internet, which not to be offensive, but I think most of us don't have the smarts to outsmart the crazy kids sitting in their mom's basements in their pajamas that are figuring out how to hack us every 5 minutes. So unless you're one of those super smarts, the thing you have to remember is everybody in the world can see your stuff. I don't care how well you think that privacy is protected, how well you have yourself locked down. Everybody can see pieces of this. So here's what I want you to think about. When you post stuff online, a lot of us like to post information. Some people like to be funny. Some people like to post some, pretty direct and intense stuff. Some people like to do political things. All those things are totally your preference. But here's what I want to share with you. If you don't run a business, own a business, or manage a business, maybe you work for someone else. What if that job didn't exist tomorrow? I pause because we all know these things can happen. The economy crashed a couple years ago, the government shutdowns, all of those types of things that can affect you. Oh my, I don't have a job anymore. The business shuts down for some reason. The owner passes. I know locally there was a restaurant that closed very suddenly, that a lot of people were out of jobs all of a sudden. And so that can be really scary and daunting. So if you are applying for a new job somewhere, what does your online person look like? And I hesitate and I pause for a minute because we all like to poke fun things and do different things. But here's something I want you to think about. If you are posting stuff online, just make sure that it's something that you wouldn't be embarrassed for your mother to call you on, to point out. You wouldn't be embarrassed for your father to point out or feel a little uncomfortable. And I know there's a lot of people that wouldn't, but I'm just saying some of these barriers out loud because when you go to apply for a job, whether it is you're a millennial, you're a 50-something, you're a 30 or 40-something, you're a 60-something, the things that you talk about or post online are things that they're searching. And those are things that are causing people not to get jobs. And so if you are very outspoken online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, or wherever you happen to be, Snapchat, you just need to be careful what your thoughts and your comments are that you're sharing, pictures, things like that, because the people that are looking to hire you are looking at those things. So let's talk about something else too. Not only that online persona, but let's say things change in your life and maybe you decided you want to start a business. It happens all the time, whether it's a network marketing business, whether it's a direct sales business, whether it is a brick and mortar business, whether it's an online business. People know how to go out and search you, and they want to know your morality. They want to know who you are. They want to see your moral compass, and who you are online tells people exactly who you are. So like for me, for example, one of the reasons I like to share a lot of information is because that's just my human nature. I like to try to help people grow their business, grow their personal self, have, the personal growth, development, and I like to see people thrive. So, that's why I talk about things that maybe get you down, maybe pick you up, whatever. It's not all necessarily inspirational, but it's my energy trying to help you feel that same energy, like really get you in a perfect direction or in a direction that works really well for you. So when I post things, I think about those kinds of things, and I think about how it's going to affect you. Now, am I a perfect poster? Of course not. What I am is a real person just trying to share information, but I do take a few minutes to think about it. Would I be embarrassed if my mom saw certain things? Would I be embarrassed if my dad pointed something out to me? Now, any of you who know me know my dad is never, ever online and would never even see any of it. But someone in my family could point it out to him and then he would see it, right? So I just want you to think about those parameters when you think about what you want to post. Now, what you choose to do is totally up to you, but your future self, even if you're a 50-something, you're never too old to try something new. And what if you decided you worked for the federal government for 30 years or 20 years, I don't even know what, 40 years, whatever the required time is, and you retired, but you're still pretty young because you started working in the government when you were 16. Now you want to start a little tool trading business, or you want to start a little eBay business, or you want to do something out of your home, or you want to do a little tinkering around with cars or lawnmowers, or you want to polish cars for a living, or you want to cut grass. People are going to look at what other people are saying about you. And if you think they're not, you're crazy. Banks are if you need to borrow some money, banks are looking at these things. All kinds of lenders are looking at these things. So when you want to make sure that you give yourself lots of opportunities, make sure that you're putting stuff out there that you want people to see, and you're not just frustrated and angry and you're spouting off about something. Because if you do that, number one, people aren't going to follow you because they're not going to trust or respect you. And number two, your future self is not going to be able to have the same opportunities that yourself today would have. So I encourage you on a positive side of that. People say to me all the time, I could never do what you're doing with this live video because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. There's lots of things you can say. You know so much information about what you do for a living. And I'm not saying even give away trade secrets. I'm just saying give away nuances that people don't understand about what you do. I mean, if you're an accountant, let's talk about, you do books, you do taxes, but talk about some nuances that people don't understand about that accounting business. You may think it's boring or that other people will think it's boring, but it's absolutely not when you're talking about things that affect people's daily lives. Maybe you prepare taxes. Cool. Tell people some tax information, some goodies, some nuggets, some things they may need to know as we have 3 months left in the year before they got to start getting their taxes together. Maybe they're starting to think about that now. If you work on vehicles, what are some things that we can know that, oh gosh, my sensors aren't going off to tell me my brakes are going bad. So how would I know? How would I feel that? Oh gosh, my idiot light for my oil isn't going off. What's really the limit of when I can go get my oil changed? What should I look at about my tires? How should I know when my tires need to be rotated or changed out? If you're a school bus driver, tell all of us what some of the things you experience, not just the kids acting up, but with the things that you love about your job and the things that you think are challenging that maybe could be better as a school bus driver on that bus. So you have so much good information, or maybe you're retired and you love to go camping and you want to take RV trips across the country. Tell us about it. Tell us what you want to see and tell us what you experience. Share, because people want to see what you have to share. That's how we're all learning. That's why YouTube is so popular, because people go on there and see how to do things. And so you could do the same thing on all these other social media channels. So don't discount the things that you know. There's so much in you to share that's really good stuff, but also be very careful with your personal brand and make sure it's something that you would respect you for. So there's my 2 cents for the day. I'm Connie Fuksa. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. Have an awesome day, guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.